Hi everyone, so today in this screencast we'll explore advanced aggregation and query in Mongosh. So we basically build our query little by little, and then we're gonna try to explore using the MongoDB Compass, which helps us map strategic research activity by specialism. So we're using the projects collection from the ResearchDB database, which contains embedded documents like project lead, university, and arrays like resources. So to start, let's quickly preview the data using find.pretty function here in Mongosh. And you can see this is basically our database, and you can see here there's that's the embedded documents and that's the arrays. So basically it's really useful just to kind of preview our data real quick before creating our query. And project lead, specialism, number, performance, personnel, project values, and discipline will be used in this query. So let's start. The first stage is to group data by specialism using the group function here. And so basically we want to summarize the research performance and productivity. And sum function here totals up the metrics, project funding, publications, average, and max basically help benchmark both typical and peak performance. And add to set basically avoid duplicate entries like counting the same researcher twice, which we don't want. And the equivalent SQL equivalent to that is the function called group by. For example, we want to say group by project lead specialism with count something or sum, etc. And basically that's what we are doing. So let's just run that really quick to see how it kind of looks like before. So yeah, this is what we look like, and it's counted all of the things that we wanted. And another thing that we basically want to reshape the output by using the project function to make it more readable, and we also want to add in computed leads, field like num leads here by using the size function. I cannot really run it by itself yet because, for example, like num projects total value is not really created yet, unless if I combine them together, then I can basically run them all together, and this can basically function. So to say why do we want project functions, basically to control which fields are shown, and we want to rename like ID here to specialism, and we want to compute num leads basically to count how many unit projects leaders contributed, basically by using this size function here. We could also use add fields function instead of project functions if we wanted to retain all original fields plus new ones. And after that, we basically combine all of them together. And we've also added in the sort function plus the limit function here, basically to rank the specialism by total project, funding, and return the top 7. And this is really important because we can focus attention on high impact specialism and make it more make the result more dashboard friendly. And the SQL equivalent to that is basically order by total value descending if you want to use basically sort or limit for this. So we'll run that really quick just to see kind of how it looks like. So yeah, that's basically how it looks like in general. So now we're gonna try to go to MongoDB, basically to basically execute. And why do we use MongoDB? Is basically there's a lot of different reasons. Basically it's a visual interface for that allows us to interact with the data without writing full-length code. It's very useful for interactive query building or visual exploration data, aggregation framework without the syntax error. Basically, no coding required for non-developers or analysts, and also basically just to kind of quickly visualize the query or perform aggregation testing stage by stage. So I'll show you. So I've already uploaded my own database in the MongoDB Compass here, and you can see this in my project. And basically to create own pipeline, you have to go to aggregation. That's what basically you have to go do basically. And then this is the result for that's basically what we do is to create new, for example. Basically we add in stages because it's divided into stages. So you've added in your functions, and usually the first function would be the match function. And that's important because it really filters the documents to include only those that meet specific criteria, and it's usually used at the beginning of most pipelines here to reduce workload early and to improve performance. And you can see there's different types of function. So I've already saved my functions here, already run it earlier, the query. So basically you can see we've used match, and we've used group as well to aggregate the documents by specific key to allow calculations like sum, average, and also essential for summarizing the data sets. And for project, of course, is basically to reshape the fields of the output of the document. So you can include calculated fields or control which data are visible in the final output. And sort limit, of course, just kind of view the overall which one is the top one basically. And we can run that real quick, and you can see this is basically the same as the Mongosh one, but it's more presentable. That's why we basically want to use the MongoDB Compass, just to kind of basically make it easier to run and aggregate our query, and basically to view it in a more presentable way. So yeah, so that's what we've done today, and that's all. Thank you.